Being a single dad for Brian is very overwhelming. I mean, his kids are not the naughtiest in the world, but he definitely needs to learn how to discipline them. You see this bench? This is a naughty bench. They break any one of these house rules, they're only sitting on this bench.
I don't like the idea. It's not what we normally do.
This is not the naughty bench. Trust me. As from now, this is the naughty bench. It was sitting there. The kids were staring at it, and then they thought they'd start playing up and see what Dad was going to do about it. I'd like you to give him a warning, please.
If you do not stop, I'll put you on the naughty bench.
Okay. She goes and he goes straight away.
No, no. I hate that naughty bench. No.
Stop, Silas. Come back in here, Silas. Don't run down the street. Please don't. That is dangerous. Now, let's go. Silas.
The kids were running around for at least 15 minutes, but I deliberately stood back. I wanted Brian to prove to himself and to the kids that I wasn't in charge of discipline, he was.
Stop running. When I put them on the bench and they just ran off, I wanted to give up. I'm running around and my kids are laughing at me. I'm putting you on the naughty bench because you're hitting me. I feel like I'm just a butt of a joke, and I feel like they don't respect me.
One child, onto the bench. Finally, Kaya and Silas stayed on the bench, but I wanted Dad to see that he could manage all 4 kids on his own. So I got him to set up a game to play with Ellie and Anna.
Operation! Yay, Daddy!
Okay. Thank you.
Ah, Kaya needs to go straight back, just come off the chair.
I want to be good now!
All over again.
I want to be good now! I want to be good now!
Silas is being a good boy, okay? You go back over to Silas. I want an apology for your behaviour.
I would like an apology. Thank you. It felt very good to see that it did work, and that they can listen, and they can respond, and that they can respect me. I would like an apology. Thank you. Would you like to come and play?
That was you. Daddy did it!
Oh, good try.
This was the first time that I actually saw Brian disciplining his kids. It was a victory. As a parent, if you know your child's having problems at school, then you should be talking to the teachers. So today I had Brian set up a meeting with Silas's school.
Thanks for coming in today. I know we wanted to talk about Silas and his behavior and kind of how he's doing in school.
Yes.
So let Pam start. Silas is doing very well academically.
Good, very good.
He does have problems with homework.
Right.
He often tells me he brings it in, but he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
This homework is important because it's going to help Silas become a better student. It's going to help him to learn more.
And not surprisingly, Silas's homework was not the only concern the teachers had.
Silas's behavior is disruptive to the other kids. He's on the move all the time in the classroom. If I'm standing in the front and I'm doing direct instruction during math or reading time, he will be back there rolling on the floor, spinning in his seat, flipping his seat over, sitting on the top, rolling on top of the desk.
I felt embarrassed. And in some ways it was good to see that, he didn't just act this way at home. But in other ways it was embarrassing to know that, he rolls around on the floor, or distracts the class or whatever. I had no idea he was doing kind of things he was doing here, but it does parallel the things that he's doing at home too, so.
Yes, it's just jumping in and saying, okay, what can we do to fix this now, and how can I work with the school?
Brian, what do you need from the school? I mean, personally, as a father.
I just, I need to reach out to you guys.
Absolutely, that's what we're here for.
Because I think part of my problem has been also my lack of enthusiasm for school.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I know school's important, and that was instilled in me, even though I didn't believe it when I was a kid. But and I want to instill that into them.
Silas's teacher said he's a good student, so it's up to Brian to make sure that Silas's academics continue at home.
Silas, come on, this can be a fun time. Let's go. We gotta do your homework.
And sure enough, as soon as we got back home, Brian took the initiative.
Here you go. All right. Very good. Keep going. You did a wonderful job. Your spelling is great. I'm here if you need my help, okay?
Things started off really well. Brian gave the girls an activity to keep themselves occupied so they could concentrate with Silas and his homework.
understand homework.
What's the matter, Silas? You need some help?
Silas did get frustrated, but Brian got him straight back to that table and gave him lots of encouragement.
But you're doing a very good job. I'm very proud of you. Look at what you've accomplished so far. You've already done 13 words.
Sitting next to Silas and actually having him do his homework and doing it together feels wonderful. It's one of the best things I could have ever dreamed for.
I already finished all my homework.
You finished your homework?
All right, come here, buddy.
There you go.
Oh, and look. You see what I put for number 20?
My dad is fun.
Thank you very much. That is very nice of you. You know what? You're fun too. All of you are.
Coming up on SuperNanny,
No!
Joe makes Dad find his girly side, but Ellie and Kaya aren't amused.
I'm not having fun.
Well, it's because you guys are not getting a chance to have fun.
Then the kids have a surprise for Dad
Hello?
when SuperNanny returns.